What it do, what it do, what it do, beautiful people. It's your man, it's the 50 Shades of Black, aka Ricoxmafioso, aka Mr. Get It Fucking Done. My players, my hustlers, what is poppin'? It's been a motherfucking minute. I hope each and every one of you guys are doing well, for real. With all that bullshit that we're currently going through right now outside, every time I put on the news, I'm just like, damn. Y'all see what the government's been up to lately with Epstein and P. Diddy and all them parties? Man, I'm so fucked up right now. I have no idea what to even think about this because, truth be told, and this video has nothing to do with what I'm currently talking about, but I just wanted to say this. I've known about exactly what has been exposed for the last literally 14 years. I've been dead spot on to the point where I even ruined relationships. Some people and I had to walk away from each other because of the fact that they didn't believe what I was saying and they thought I was cuckoo, that shit crazy. You know, one of those conspiracy boys, you know what I mean? Tinfoil hat, but fuck that shit. I'm not about that. I'm about the truth. Keep it a buck all the time. And this is the reason why, you know, I love putting myself in front of the camera like this because I know everyone on the other side of this camera is going to receive this the same way, with the same vibe, feeling that I'm giving it off, which is authentic. That's the whole point of us getting all together like this, to have some real ass conversations. So by the thumbnail and by the title, you already know what's popping. Let's dive in, gents, and let's talk about something. Are you tired of being weak, man? Are you tired of seeing the time fly by, months after months, year after year, and you find yourself in the same place with the same habits? You feel like you can't escape them. Well, don't worry. You're not the only one. You're not alone. Before I start this, some people might be looking at my double mic setup and be like, "Yo, what's going on here, bro? These are off." There's like, I made sure to give you guys what you guys want, the lazy production version. But don't worry, the reviews, the reaction videos are all going to be coming soon. Anyway, let's stay on the motherfucking topic. It's been a long time, ladies and gents, but let's talk about this shit. How do you quit smoking marijuana? And hopefully after this video, or even today, it's going to be your day one, or tomorrow's going to be your day one. Let me start off by saying this, bro. You have to stop being a bitch, man. You need to stop being a bitch, bro. And I'm not here to shit on anybody's parade and say that marijuana is going to, you know, open a door that's going to lead you down to hell, and all of a sudden you're not going to be living the life that you've always wanted to live. You're not going to be achieving your dreams. That's far from the truth. To each their own. But we need to understand what's the point of drugs. Drugs that we're currently taking is to soften the blow of our everyday lives, to bring us into a place of comfort, and as well as stimulate our receptors, the dopamine. And once you understand that simple scientific logic behind how and why you're looking for the things you're looking for, then it comes to a place where sitting down with your emotions, acknowledging why you're feeling the way you're currently feeling and why you feel like you need these substances. And again, you're talking to someone who smokes marijuana like crazy. Like I'm not a Wiz Khalifa type of motherfucker, but I could be, for real. But I put brackets and limits so I don't fall off and become the unproductive man that I see that's currently out here due to having brain cells being too fried, which eventually leads to lack of motivation, lack of libido, isolation. But you know, that's just naming a couple of negative aspects of it, but there's a bunch of positive aspects as well. And I know some of y'all are smokers who are gonna be like, damn, man, like you're smoking the wrong type of cannabis, or like, bro, you haven't taken a break or whatever. It's bigger than that. This is for the people who really know themselves, and have understood a certain amount of knowledge and are applying the wisdom on a day-to-day, which means being conscious about what you do. And sometimes you have to, you know, look within and go like, damn, like I'm slipping off. I'm not being as productive as I should be, as I could be. I feel like emotionally I'm not growing. I feel like my growth has been stunted. And again, all those feel good chemicals, and every time you take a hit, you want to just kick it here and not, go do what you got to do, because you literally condition yourself to receive those pleasure hormones, feel good chemicals, and accomplishments directly from you consuming the marijuana. I repeat, and again, this is like your boy, we having a conversation, but like for real, have you never like thought about it or came to a conclusion of like, damn, how much money could I save if I decided to brush off this habit? Like, how many new people could I meet and that will allow me to get me outside of my box or my circle, that will help me draw a path towards what I truly want to do in life, which means you need to be out of your comfort zone. But if you're constantly in your comfort zone, it gets to a point where you don't want to go challenge life anymore because you're just good with what you have. And, there's nothing wrong with that. I really want everybody to be out here living their best life. But I don't want you to be a slave to your urges, A lot of you guys, well, the gents that I hang out with and that I talk to on a day-to-day, many of them smoke cigarettes, drink like crazy, smoke kush like crazy, have that nose candy, and they do all types of things, all types of stimulants, and you need to get to a point where you're just like, fuck it, I'm tired of this shit, or fuck it, I need to take a break, because the same thoughts are always reoccurring every time I smoke. Because some of you guys are going to feel like the same way I feel when I'm unproductive. It gets to a point where my subconscious starts bringing up these feelings like, bro, you could be doing a lot more with your time. Bro, right now, like, hey, you said you would do this, but you didn't do that. So make sure you go fucking do it. Or, whatever it is, it has you feeling some type of way. So if you are at that level right there and you're like, damn, what the fuck do I do? Thank you. Thank you for coming, brother, because today is my first day not smoking kush. I stopped smoking kush for about a year. Then I came back, started smoking up like 3 months ago to help me with my bulk. Y'all can tell your boy got chubby and shit. When I finished my modeling contract, when I came back from Venezuela, and I had a show that I was supposed to be an actor. I was supposed to be acting in a show or being some type of comedian or host or whatever they wanted in that show. But I decided to drop it because I wanted to focus on bodybuilding and becoming the best version of myself and prepping myself to go into the 2026 in a manner that's going to be productive, strong, and give me the sense of accomplishment that I'm looking for. We all have different ambitions, ladies and gents, but at the end of the day, you need to realize that whatever you put on the board, aka your dreams and ambition, is number one. These are the things that fuel you. These are the things that make you get up in the morning, that make you interact with life in a much more joyful way, that make you thank God even more. So if you're able to get to that point, then, I applaud you. And again, some days I feel like I'm a little bit too hard on myself. But again, this is for all the hustlers, for the people out there who literally want to take their life from A to Z, from zero to hero. It's not easy, gents. Trust me, it's not easy. The side effects, the way you're gonna have to maneuver to get over these hurdles, the way you're gonna have to challenge your emotions, the way that you have to stay stoic, the way you're gonna have to reflect and cancel out those initial thoughts that come to you to try to provoke you to go back to the old patterns. Just the whole changing of the individual to become something that you weren't prior to, which is 10 times the old version of yourself, takes so much energy to get there that, for real, if you're able to cut all the bullshit, not drink, not smoke, not partake in all those vices, there's like almost no way you cannot achieve your dream. So with that said, I hope that some of you ladies and gents, are going to, hopefully take advantage of this content and hopefully feel like you have some type of camaraderie, a brother out here chopping it up. You're having one of those long nights, you're just like, damn, I feel alone or whatever, and I don't know if anybody else is going through this shit. Just know that I'm here with you, brother, and it's not easy, but we got it. God is great, and yeah, hopefully, I'm gonna drop another video tomorrow, and if you guys want to find me on Instagram, you guys can, at the 50 Shades of Black. Feel free to subscribe, leave a comment. How are you feeling? What are the tips, tactics that you're currently using to be able to get to, the goals that you have set for yourself, especially with this dopamine detox, hopefully, what we can call it, or, day one without smoking weed, day one without smoking cigarette, day one without, messing up my dopamine receptors. So, ladies and gents, next time I won't be using the mic, but for tonight, your boy's too lazy. Catch you on the flip side.